Today we prepare a medieval quail recipe from a 13th century Tuscany manuscript. We need 3 quails, lardo, peeled almonds and sumac. Lardo is cured pork's fatback. It's a staple ingredient in medieval Italian cooking and is still fundamental in today's regional recipes. Sumac is a very interesting spice with a slightly acidic taste. Its use is almost lost today in Italy, with the exception of Sicily. But we find it in several medieval recipes, and it's still widely used in the Middle East. First, we grind the sumac in the mortar. It's a very hard spice, so if you use a coffee grinder or a spice grinder, you save a lot of work. You can add some coarse sea salt to help you grind the spice, but remember that lardo is already salted. There are many types of lardo, and any of them has a different level of saltiness, so it's easy to oversalt the dish. You can always add more salt later. While the quails are cooking, it's easier to taste the sauce and adjust the saltiness. Then we add the almonds and grind everything together until we reach a very fine consistency. Almonds are widely used in medieval cooking, often ground in a mortar, like in this recipe, but also as almond milk. Then we finally chop the lardo. We place the pan on the fire and when it's hot we add the lardo. If the pan is hot enough, the lardo will melt fast. Then we sear the quails in the melted lardo. This step is very important. If you sear it well, the skin will absorb the aroma of the lardo and will not become soggy when you make the sauce. Then we add the ground sumac and almonds. We don't want to toast them in the melted lardo, so we immediately add 1 cup of water and mix everything together. Remember that the almonds will act as a thickener, so you'll need a good amount of water, and during the cooking you'll surely need to add more water. Now we cook the quails for 30 minutes, more or less depends on the size, basting now and then the quails with the sauce. The anonymous cookbook that includes this recipe is titled simply Libro della Cucina, that means cookbook. It was written in the 13th century by a Tuscan author. It's mostly a translation in Italian of a medieval Latin cookbook, but there are some interesting variations like this recipe. The author suggested this preparation for chicken and other birds, and also for fish, but in this case he recommends using oil instead of lardo. We chose to use quails because the slightly acidic taste of the sumac-based sauce brings out the flavor of the quails without covering it. If you don't have quails, you can try this recipe with chicken, but in this case the author suggests to cut it in pieces. We hope you'll enjoy this delicious recipe. We think it's a pleasant way to revive the culinary history of Italy.